Hello guys, hope you are all doing well. In this video I will be explaining the unit 2 and unit 3 of artificial intelligence. So unit 1 I will be dealing it in the offline sessions, but for our in semester as well as the mid exams we need to study the unit 2 and unit 3, right? So I will initially explain unit 2 and later unit 3, and unit 1 will be dealing it later. So hope you will follow the classes. So our first topic for our unit 2 is constraint satisfaction problem. First one, constraint satisfaction problem. So what is constraint satisfaction problem? So constraint satisfaction is nothing much as, so it is just a basic thing with some constraints, with some rules, set of rules. So that is what it is, but we will be defining it in a mathematical representation. That is constraint satisfaction problem will be having a set of variables, domains and set of constraints. So I will explain what are they and with a simple example, so it will be all clear. So what is a constraint satisfaction problem is nothing but it will have a set of variables, set of domains and set of constraints. So let me write constraint satisfaction problem consists of what it consists of a set of variables, a domain for each variable, and a set of constraints. So by the name itself we can understand that it is a constraint, that is rule satisfied for a given set of problem. So the rule has to be satisfied for a given set of problem. For example, if when you are playing a cricket, so every batsman has to hit the ball correctly to score the runs. So that is what, when a bowler is bowling, that you have to face only the wickets, right? So that is what we have to follow the constraint, that bowler should only ball the ball and the batsman should only hit the ball with the bat. So that is the constraint, and we have to satisfy for a given set of rules to solve the given problem. So let me take one small example. For example, let us take our example. So we are a student, right? So what are our set of variables? So set of variables are nothing but the variables. So this is a student, and what are the variables for us? We have to wear uniform. So we have to wear shoes, belt, and we have to carry our books along with books. So these are our variables. So what are the domain? Domain is nothing but the class we belong. Domain is nothing but the class. For example, what are the variables? Uniform, shoes, belt, books. So you have various shorts, and shoes also you have wearing, but you have to know whether for which class he belongs to. So that is nothing but the domain. Domain means for which class. For example, if the student is studying 12th standard, so he will be going to the any one of his class. So it is class or section or the department. So departments are the domain. So what are the set of constraints you have to follow? What are these constraints? So constraints that you have to follow is that, so you should be on time, you should be on time to the college, and you have to complete these assignments. First one, second one. So to promote to another class, you have to definitely write his examination to clear the cutoff. That is nothing but the pass marks. So you have to definitely pass to promote to the next level. So these are the constraints for our example. Hope you understand with the basic example that what is constraint satisfaction problem. So constraint satisfaction in mathematically, it is a set of variables and for each variable there will be a domain, and for each variable belongs to a domain, there will be some constraint. For example, we are the students of RGKJ, right? So for the RGKJ there will be some rulings that everyone the person who enters the RGKJ will have to stay for 6 years. So you will be definitely having any branch of 6 branches. So that's are some of the constraints. So we have to follow each and everything. For example, if your student doesn't like CSE or ECE, then you can't take the aeronauticals, right? So there is no branch in that. So this type of person is not unable to satisfy the constraint. So you will be removed from the set of variables. So that is what it is. So let me refine it. So set of variables will be indicated as V. V is nothing but the set of variables. Set of variables, that is V1 comma V2 comma V3 so on to Vn. And what is the domain? Domain is represented with D, that is set of domains. Domain D1, D2, D3 so on to Dn. So for every variable should have a domain. So if there is no variables which belongs to any domain, so it will be not considered. So and what is C? C is nothing but the set of constraints, nothing but the rules, constraints that specify allowable combination of values. Is represented with the C of I, such that where C of I is nothing but the scope, is represented with the C of I is represented with 2 parameters, that is scope, and next one is the relation. What is scope? Scope is nothing but scope is it is a set of variables that participate in constraints. So that is the scope. For example, if 1 is equal to 3 and 3, so I will explain it in my later examples of standard examples. So don't worry, I will explain what is C of I in later examples. So scope is nothing but it is a set of variables that participate in the constraint. So if the variable is not participating or in the constraint, or it is not in a part of a domain, so we have to remove those elements. So what is rel? Rel is nothing but the relationship. It is the relationship that defines the values that a variable can take. So this is the normal syntax of C of I, that is nothing but the set of constraints. C of I is defined with 2 parameters, that is scope and relation. Scope is nothing but the set of variables participate in the constraints, and that is relation. Relationship is nothing but the which defines the values that variables can take. So what are the variables of the so let me explain this with this. So what is the variables? So in variables in a group of class, so the scope is nothing but the students. What is the relation? The name which will be given to each and every student is known as the relationship. So for example, if this guy name is Raju, then what is the scope is nothing but the set of variables that participate in the constraints. So in a group of class, each and every individual will belong to a scope. So what is the relationship is nothing but it defines the value that a variable can take. So what is the meaning here? Variable can take that is defines the value. So here Raju is the value and he will be defining it. For example, if you call him Raju, he will definitely respond. So that is what is the relations and the scope. That is the C of I, that is set of constraints. So from this you have understood that. So the main aim is to choose the value for each variable, right? we have to find a value for each variable, so that everyone will be accepting that, oh, it belongs to that particular person, or it belongs to a particular variable, that or not. So let me note that point also. The aim is to choose a value for each variable, so that what will happen, if you choose a value for each variable, the world or the environment, the surrounding people should accept that, so that the resulting possible world satisfies the constraints we want a model of the constraints. So I think now you understand why we have to give a value for a particular variable. So that is our aim. In constraint satisfaction problem, we have to give a value for each variable, so that it will satisfy the world surrounding people or the world constraints. So choose a value for each variable, so that the resulting possible world satisfies the constraints. That if any set of rules are there, for example, if you want to play cricket, so there are certain rules, so you can't violate those rules, right? So that is what it all speaks about. So then that we want to model our constraint. For example, if you play street cricket, so we will be modeling some of the constraints. For example, if you hit a wall, so there are 2 runs. If you break the grass, so it will be entirely out. If a ball goes into another building or another room, so it is considered as out. So that are some of the constraints we model it. So I hope you understand what is CF, constraint satisfaction problem. So let us talk about the finite constraint satisfaction problem. So finite constraint satisfaction problem. So in examples also, we will be defining only the finite constraint satisfaction problem. We will be not going to the infinite, because it takes much time. It needs more knowledge, more computational power. So what is the finite constraint satisfaction problem? So in finite constraint satisfaction problem, there will be only finite set of variables, finite set of domains, finite set of constraints. So for each that will be, so what are the tasks we have to perform, so that we have to make a note of it. So let me note down the point. A finite constraint satisfaction problem as a finite set of variables and a finite domain for each variable. So it is an infinite constraint satisfaction problem. So there will be a finite set of variables and finite domain for each variable, and there will be some constraints. So if they given a finite constraint to you, so what we have to find from a finite constraint satisfaction problem. So let me note down what are the steps we need to find. So then later we'll be moving into the examples of standard. Then later we'll be moving into the standard examples of constraint satisfaction problem. So given a constraint satisfaction problem, so there are a number of tasks that can be performed. So what are they? For example, if you take the student scenario, let us take this student scenario. What we have to find here, so for example, when a student is given to us, so we have to check that is a for example, consider the student as a model. So now we have to check what are the initial steps we have to check. So for every model, we have to check that is there any another module for that. So we have to check that is it a module or it is not a module. For in this case, it is a student or is a professional or is a faculty. So that what we have to do, we have to find. Then later what we have to do, so we have to find all the modules or enumerate the modules. So for example, if he is the only one present in the class, or if there are group of 30 people, so we have to test and generate for each and every member that he belong to the category of students, or he belong to the category of faculty, etc. Then what we have to do, so based on that we have to segregate the each and segregate number of students are there, number of faculties are there, number of professionals are there. Then we have to find the best model. So here best model is nothing but the the kid who scores more marks. For example, in a group of 50 people, the only one guy will be the topper, right? So that type of person, that is what we'll be picking up. We'll be finding the best model, and then later what we'll be doing, we'll be determining whether the some statements sold in all the models. So for example, then we'll be testing the topper guy with some constraint models. For example, interviewing them, all those things. So these are some of the set of rules, set of tasks we have to perform when a constraint satisfaction problem is given to us. So hope you understood. So let me note down each and every point. So given a constraint satisfaction problem, what are the tasks to be performed? So first task is to nothing but determine whether it is a model or not. So determine whether or not there is a model. Then what we have to do, so we have the set of models. Then we have to find the model. We have to pick one of that and we have to find the model. So find a model. Then what we have to do, we have to in set of models. So we have to find all the modules and enumerate to the modules that the number of people belong to a student category, and number of belongs to faculty category, and the number of belongs to the professional category. This type of enumeration we have to do. So find all the models or enumerate the models. So we have to enumerate to each and every models. So after that what we have to do, so we have to count the number of students belongs to the student category, number of people belongs to the faculty category, number of people belongs to the professional category. So next step is nothing but the count the number of models. So after that what we have to do, so after segregating each and every category, we have to pick the best one, right? We have to choose the best model. So next one is the finding the best model. So after that what we have to do, we have to now test the model whether it satisfies the given set of constraints or not. So determine whether some statements holds in all models. So these are some basic tasks we have to find when a constraint satisfaction problem is given. Hope you understand the each and every step. So after dealing with each and every step, we can say that the model the model will be tested for each and every variable in the given set. So in a group of 100 people, so we have to test each and every member, right? So that is what it is. And we also check that every constraint is satisfied or not. For example, we have to check whether the member is a faculty or student or professional. So for every iterations we have to check 3 cases. So we can say that the CSP, that is the constraint satisfaction problem is consistent and complete complete assignment. So why I use these two terms? So why it is consistent? Because it is satisfying each and every constraint. So it is satisfying each and every role, that we have to check for each and every member that it is a student or professor or faculty. For each and every constraint, it is checking, and it also producing the results. For example, if it is not considered as any three of these cases, then it will be removed. So the constraint satisfaction solution, so constraint satisfaction, okay, with the solution is consistent and complete assignment. So what is complete assignment? Complete assignment is nothing but it will be dealing with each and every variable in a set. If, for example, there are 100 members, we have to check for each and every members. So that is why constraint satisfaction problem is consistent and complete assignment. So now we will be dealing with our examples. I will make a new video, so don't worry. Next video you will be just continue with the next video. There I will be explaining the examples of constraint satisfaction problem. Thank you.